What's going on, everybody? King of Dragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Marvel Legends Deadpool series Sasquatch. Now here we do have Sasquatch all said and done. The figures you need to complete Sasquatch are Cable, Domino, Paladin, Deadpool, X-23, and Deathlock. Once you have all 6 of those figures, you can make your Sasquatch figure. So what we're going to do now is take a little break, get him off the stand, and then we'll have a better look at Sasquatch. And so here we have Sasquatch off the stand and fully assembled. Now, Sasquatch here does not come with any figure accessories. Basically, he's a builder figure, so he in general is a culmination of separate accessories built into one figure. So, as to be expected, no accessories to speak of, but he's still a really nice figure. With that out of the way, guys, let's have a closer look at Sasquatch's details. So here we have a closer look at the Sasquatch Build-A-Figure, and overall I am really happy with this figure. I love the way he looks. There's something about the way he looks that makes me like, I don't know, I love the way this figure came out. Now, I have no connection to the character. In fact, I didn't even own the original Toy Biz Sasquatch. The only reason I knew he existed was my nephew owned that Sasquatch, and I think this is a much better figure in my opinion. He's bulkier, he's massive, just the way you picture Sasquatch or Bigfoot being, but still a really nice figure. And you can see how much detail is in his hair, this fur going on his face. It's a really nice wash effect with this orange and browns mixed together. A little disappointed that we don't get much detail on the face. It is rather flat. It's just done in one paint and no added effects, no wash, so that is a little disappointing. His eyes are this really nice deep red, which look really nice, and then his brow just makes him look menacing. I really do like that. And then he has long flowing hair, which I really do like that, and you can even make it mesh with his mane back here. I know it's not really a mane, but I'm calling it a mane. And then just really nice, although one place this figure does suffer is the paint applications. They're not as clean as you would expect. Now, he does have this really nice brown wash going throughout his body, but it's kind of random. You can see right here on his bicep, it's just orange. There's no wash on either of his biceps. You can see there's some wash effect on his shoulders, on his back. They did a really good job right here on his back, but his arms just feel like meh. I mean, the inside of his arms don't even have any wash effects, so there is that. His hands also have the same problem that his face does, where there's no added detail. It's just one flat paint color, which is a little bit unfortunate because it's a really nice figure. At least his nails are painted. I guess I can give him props for painting his nails. It's not the cleanest, but it is there, and you can see there is some paint error on mine. Chances are that's not how it's going to be on yours. Again, you can see how that paint is not really well done on his limbs. You can see right here on his thighs, connecting to the hips, it's 2 different shades of plastic, which that's just the way they painted it. They didn't take into consideration how these would line up when it was fully assembled. Back of his legs have very minimal paint application, so that is a little bit disappointing. But they did a really good job on his feet, and he has these really big monkey-like feet, which I really do like that. Really loving this figure, like I said. I think part of the reason I love this figure is because I'm into cryptozoology, and it's Bigfoot. I have a Bigfoot in my collection. With that out of the way, guys, let's actually compare him to a couple of figures just so you can see how big Sasquatch really is. So here we have Sasquatch posed next to Cable and Deadpool from the Deadpool Legends Sasquatch series. Here we have Sasquatch posed next to X-23 and Infinity War Thor. Here we have Sasquatch posed next to the Marvel Knights Man-Thing. And for our final comparison, here we have Sasquatch posed next to the Infinity War Thanos. So you can see Sasquatch is a pretty big figure. So let's actually have a look at Sasquatch's articulation. Now, he does have some pretty decent articulation for being a massive character, but he also does have some issues, at least mine does. So while we're at it, let's actually run through his articulation. His head is on a standard hinge, so it can look down and up. Although you really don't get too much upward movement just because of how thick his hair is and it bumps into his mane. It does rotate pretty well on that joint, but it's not on a ball joint, it's just done on that hinge, and it's a ratcheting hinge, so be aware of that. Arms are on a ball joint, they go out pretty far. Do a full 360. Also on ratcheting joints, really tight joints there. This one's not as tight, but it's not too loose. He swivels at the bicep, single bend in the elbow, giving us a little better than 90 degrees. A hinge in the wrist, which works really well on his left hand. Let's see on his right. Pretty good range on the right side. He does have an ab crunch which goes back, although it does make some gap right there, so be aware of that. Goes forward. He has a waist swivel. Hips are really loose on mine. You can see they almost barely hold their shape, their form, so that is a little disappointing. But they go out to about that far, forward and back, and that's one issue I have. This left leg comes off really easily, and it is a little frustrating because it makes posing him kind of hard, especially trying to bend his knee. But he does have double joints in the knee. Let's see if I can't do it on this leg. You can see this one wants to come out, but it's not as bad as this one. I can't even bend the knee on that one. So double jointed knees, again, really loose hips. Feet go forward, not so much back. This ankle is kind of loose, and we do get some rocker ankles right there. So overall, a pretty good figure on Sasquatch. So what we're going to do now is take a little break, get him posed for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. So here we have Sasquatch posed for my final thoughts. Overall, this is a really nice figure. I really have no connection to the character, but I love the way this figure came out. Now mine does have his issues with his left leg and kind of loose ankles, which does make it a hassle posing this guy, but he's still a nice figure, and he's probably just going to be displayed on my shelf and never move, so that's not an issue for me. If you are looking for Sasquatch, you do need to collect 6 out of the 7 Deadpool Legend figures, and they're all really nice figures, although I think Paladin is the weakest of the 6. If you haven't already done so, go ahead and pick up the Deadpool Legend series, guys. You are not going to be disappointed with them. I love this series, and Sasquatch here is a really nice Build-A-Figure. With that being said, guys, don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, go check out all my other action figure reviews, as well as the Deadpool Legend videos so you can see how to get your Sasquatch figure. As always, if there's a figure you'd like to see me review, let me know down in the comments, and if it fits in my collection, I'll definitely add it to my collection. And with that being said, I'm KingofDragons 5000, and I'll see you guys later. Take care, everyone.